And we're back again. We are back with the In the Headlights podcast. You may see this very recognisable background. We're back in the BOTB office. Not you, Archie. We'll talk about you in a minute. God, it's all about you, isn't it?
It's all about me.
All about you. We're back in the BOTB office. BOTB very kindly let us come and film here today. You might hear some odd things. People might be starting making their lunch in a minute. BOTB are the guys that give away a dream car and a lifestyle prize every single week. It's my job to go out and surprise whoever it is with whatever they've won. It's quite an incredible job that I have, and we've spoken about that in a past podcast episode. If you want to know how Tim and I got our jobs, please do go and have a look at the other podcast. Today, though, we are joined by the one and only
Archie Hamilton.
From
Archie Hamilton Racing.
We've even got your cardboard cutout in the background. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see it.
If people can't see that, I look like...
You've lost an arm, though, weirdly.
Why has someone cut my arm
I have no idea, mate. I have no idea.
That was probably done purely to say...
That was not like that when I last was here.
No, I know. Someone probably got angry with you.
Oh, it's all right. He's armless. That's the reason.
Yeah.
Some armless joke, isn't it? That's it.
I reckon I know why someone's done it.
Why?
It's to stop you clapping in all your videos.
Yes. Stop waving your arms. Stop waving your arms. It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, good to be here.
Well, it's good that you wanted to be on the podcast. We basically just wanted to chat to you a little bit about your YouTube career.
Yeah.
I think we'll start from the beginning. Why YouTube? How did it happen?
Literally, totally randomly.
Okay.
It wasn't one of those things where I planned to go into it. I just, it was Patrick, who's actually behind the camera, who, if you can't see him, he's like, one of the guys looks after me kindly with Represent Talent. They like represent me now. And basically what happened was, it was Shmee's manager, Mark.
Schmark150.
Schmark150, as he's known as on Instagram. He basically, so I met them a couple of times, and then I was asked to be the driver coach for Shmee, all the other YouTubers, Paul, Sam, on a track day for them to get their racing license. I was the guy sat next to them, and I was taking them through the process of getting a racing license. Then after that, so that all went well. I wasn't thinking about YouTube. I was like, what is a YouTuber? Like, I have no idea. All my friends go, oh my God, they're huge. I'm like, who are they? I don't know this world at all. So literally, I that was the first one. Then Seb, I think, was second. And then after that, they were like, why don't you make a video on the day of coaching them?
So you did?
So I did. I made a video. It was so bad. Please don't watch it.
Is it on YouTube now?
It is horrendous. Anyway, but I thought, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to see how it goes. And then I think it got like 30,000 views. And I was like, that's a lot of views for someone who's not. So I thought, well, if I can do one a week and keep up at the time, I was sort of just buying and selling cars, then that'll be fine. I can film one a week. And then that's where it grew from.
And when you first did your video and you put it online and you saw all these people watching it, did that give you a bit of a buzz? Did you think, oh my God, I really enjoyed doing this?
I was so nervous of putting it up there. And I think it was my brothers that texted me going, that was terrible.
You can always count on family to be brutally honest.
No, I think it was one of those things where I was going to give it a go, but I didn't go into YouTube basically being like, this is going to be something I want to, like, my living kind of thing. It was just more kind of a little bit of exposure while I'm not racing. I'm out of a drive. Could this help a little bit? Let's just do. And even a video a week, I was like, what am I going to film? I wasn't living in London. I was living in the countryside at home. What can I film?
Now, we'll come on to kind of public reaction a bit later. But first of all, was it difficult for you to accept criticism and stuff from friends and family? Or did you just not care and you went, I enjoy doing it, like, bugger off, this is something I'm going to do? I
just thought I'm going to go with it. Because I think that's the best way. If you think about what people... Obviously, you got to think about what your audience think. But if you think when people are like, oh, don't do that, that's not going to be good, then whatever, just do what you want to do. If it's going to work out, it's going to fail, like a job, just go with it. And I think make the video like you're just uploading something which you look at, that you would look back on and be like, that was a cool day out, but I want to have a look at what I did on that day and upload it and hope for the best. So
with that in mind then, content-wise, like, because Tim and I always have to sit down and come up with ideas for the In the Headlights YouTube channel for content we want to film. Is that quite difficult for you to come up with ideas, or I suppose maybe at the beginning it was and now ideas kind of come to you? There's a lot of manufacturers that obviously want to work with you. At the beginning, was it hard for you to come up with those kind of content ideas?
Really hard.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't actually have a car at the time, and then the A45 came along, and that made life a little bit easier. But then I can't.
So you started a automotive YouTube channel without a car.
Literally.
Good work.
Literally, there was no car.
So there you go. I mean, if you're watching and listening to this, you don't have to have a car to start.
And when people think, "Oh, your parents helped you," or this, I had no financial help in this game. It was like, crack on, but enjoy it. Like, if it was going to work, it's not going to work. And it wasn't a job at the start. But yeah, the idea part, every single week, you're always, I mean, you guys know, you're running a YouTube channel. You know that you have to think of ideas, and you sit it probably in a blank room, and you think of ideas, and you think, oh, I wonder what I can put a spin on it with that or that. But every week, I always think to myself, what the hell am I going to film next week? And for 2 years, I'm here now, still doing 3 a week. So it's very hard. But you think of an idea, and you just got to some haven't worked out very well.
We'll definitely talk about that.
We'll talk about those later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're 100%
spray painting, pranks, and stuff like that. But that is literally a prime example of running out of content.
Yeah.
Because you think of mad stuff, and I think you look at the American audience. In America, you probably would get away with doing different sort of pranks. I think the English audience is very different, that they're very core automotive fans that don't like that sort of stuff. I figured that out now, but but at the time I've pushed the limit, and I think that's what you do.
You've got to. You've always got to push the boundaries, and you've learned a lesson, and you've moved on from it.
Yeah, we're going to come back to it though. We definitely need to talk about it.
Yeah.
In the beginning, was it hard for you to build a following? Because obviously a lot of people have tried this YouTube game, and a lot of people want to be social media influencers, and maybe after a year they haven't picked up very many followers, and they're really putting a lot of time and effort into it. Is this something that just comes with time and patience, or is it something that you can do? Is there something you can do to maybe help gain followers? Or
I think it's one of those things that if you just have to be engaging and put stuff out there where people are going to engage in it, and they want to obviously come back to the next one and create kind of a bit of a story. I think a story is quite key, because a story means that people feel like they're on a journey with you. So, and that's very cool, because you interact with people. What should I do to this, or what should I do to that? So like what you guys are doing, maybe next week you're like, what should we do next week? Comment down below. And people start to get engaged. And I think the key is to persevere with it, because a lot of people will start a YouTube channel and be like, oh, only 100 people watch that. But that was 100 people more than you had last week. And then it just builds. So you've just got to persevere with it, because sometimes YouTube, you're in a world of, you upload to a platform that has an automatic algorithm. You don't know whether your video is going to fly, or you don't know whether it's going to not fly.
Is that annoying for you?
I mean, Patrick will know. I've literally texted him about 1 million times being like, you're joking. It's on this many views off, but you can't do anything.
No.
And the videos that you think are going to do badly do well. And the videos that do well, and you put hours and hours of effort, obviously the drag races we do, they fly, because it's shareable content, and magazines pick them up, and different people pick them up. And I think that sort of stuff is very, you know they're going to get views. Like the Eurus Hurricane one we just did. We knew when we did it, we're like, we've got a good one.
It's going to be a big video.
Yes. Yeah. And it's on nearly 1 million views. But then you have one where, I don't know, a friend of mine, let's say, he bought 3 Bugattis. I made the title, my friend bought 3 Bugattis. It didn't do well. Why? Because YouTube has an automatic algorithm which is done on watch time, so it's all about how long people stay on the video for.
So you're blaming YouTube for the fact it hasn't had many.
No, all I could do was do a good title and thumbnail and hope for the best. But the problem you've got is that it's always a continuing circle. So you might upload a video tomorrow, it might get 1 million views, and then that's the start of your channel.
Yeah, if you can get that one thing and get that massive explosion,
I've seen it before.
People will always come back, and YouTube will go, oh wow, that got 1 million views.
Yeah.
Bosh, off it goes.
Did you have that kind of instance when you first started your channel? Was there one video that just literally all of a sudden it went bang?
We know it.
What was it?
The Rimac Concept one.
Yeah. I thought it might be.
Ferrari, yeah.
Okay.
That's the first video of yours that I watched.
Yeah, and the last. No, I'm joking.
No, it genuinely was.
Didn't want to say anything, but
that was so what me and Patrick were doing, because I was doing this one video. We got invited to Brands Hatch as a Blancpain Supercar Day, I believe, and we went down there just to film a video at Brands Hatch, because on a Saturday, I think. We went down in his Mini, do you remember? The Mini, and then literally just filmed a video. Then the Rimac was sat in the paddock, and I think it had a problem, so it wasn't going round, but went to talk to them, and we're like, this is what I'm doing. I think I had 20,000 subscribers, so I was still new, but I was growing at a quite a good rate. And I said, this is what I do racing. Here's our business card. If there's anything we can do, let us know. 2 weeks later, they emailed being like, do you want to come out? We'll fly you out to Croatia. Do you want to come out? And we're like, well, yeah. So we're like, right, we're going to Croatia. They're going to fly both of us out there to do it. We didn't know what we were really doing, and we thought it was just to visit the factory. Day before we fly, we get an email being like, just to let you know, there's a LaFerrari. You're driving the LaFerrari against the Concept 1 for your channel. And I was like, I've hit the jackpot.
Okay.
I was like, this is mental. Got picked up, got taken to the factory. They're like, 3 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to wake you up, and we're filming this at 5 a.m. so no one can get it on mobile phones and stuff. And this is your video. And there's like a camera crew of like 20 people. And I was like, Patrick, what's going on?
So actually, but part
That's
of your
amazing, though.
success is down to Rimac, weirdly.
Yeah.
Because of that chance of getting to film that video.
Yeah, massively. Because it got 3-4 million views.
Yeah.
And it took off. And then even people in America, like Salamandrian and Vehicle Virgins, everyone's sharing this video, whereas just by being at a circuit and meeting the right people on the right day, can you believe that? It's mental. So you never know. Anyone starting a YouTube channel, that's when we were talking the other day when we were having a drink. I'll just persevere with it, and you never know.
That one video could be the start of something massive.
You never know, do you? Just keep uploading. Spray paint videos, they go well.
Again, you keep touching on it, but we 100% going to
we are definitely coming back to that one.
Now, with kind of doing all these amazing things and going to these events, you must meet some quite interesting people as well.
Yeah, like yourselves. I mean,
very kind. I
Yeah.
set that up perfectly, didn't I?
Yeah, you knew what you're doing there. You do, and I think it's one of the things. I mean, you must love what you do because you meet a new person every week and you surprise them. And you give them a dream car, and it's a sense of. I think the car community is definitely one where everyone is kind of on the same sort of page. Everyone loves cars. Everyone likes talking about different things and stories in the car world. I think everyone in the car world has a story of their life of a car or what they've watched Top Gear or something. So that's a really nice part.
And you do genuinely make some mates from it as well, which is quite nice because
Yeah.
everyone's got those things in common.
Yeah, like everyone that I talk to now or hang out with is from that sort of world, really, because you end up
Because we've got no other friends.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's what
car
happens
friends.
when car friends. Yeah. So I mean, you must know from journalism. You mean
Exactly,
you
yeah.
very interesting people.
You do. You go to all these different events, and like, I go to for me, the best day of the year for me is the SMMT test day.
Oh, you love that day, don't you?
I do.
What's that?
You go to Millbrook, and
I've
there's
heard about this,
like 100 different press cars that you can drive, and you drive them on the Alpine route, and it's amazing. But it's full. There's like 1,000 people there. And it's full of all the press people and loads of journalists, and you just get to chat to people, drive ace cars, and it's just an amazing day. But you meet loads of new people there each time as well.
I think that's one of the things as well with YouTube and other things. You're always meeting someone who knows someone who knows someone, and that always leads to something.
Do you get recognised quite a lot out and about?
If I turned up to the Goodwood Festival of Speed, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different kind of. It's not that I've just come off Love Island and I can't walk 5 meters down the street, but it's more the fact of when people do ask me this. Actually, it's more the fact that you're in your car or they recognise the number plate, so they'll come up to you. But they're always nice people that love your videos. What's next? It's not like, can I have a selfie? And they bombard your personal space. It's very like
they appreciate what you do.
Yeah, it's the car community. It's a nice sort of thing. If someone sees me in a restaurant, they're more like, what, you're going to go purple chrome in the Lamborghini? Or is it like someone knows something, and if they've watched for 2 years, they'll know a story of something that's happened. It's not, but yeah, quite more car events are very, very busy, but it's the perfect balance because I can walk down to Tesco's and no one will have a clue, but then I'll turn up to Goodwood and it will be a busy day, but you meet loads of cool people. So it's a nice, it's the level which you would dream to be at. Because like you say, you do a reality TV show, which is fairly tragic in a few different areas. You come out, you can't even walk down to Tesco's. Oh my God, it's Christian from Love Island.
Oh, you saw what I'm going to go into next.
Yeah.
It's been leaked.
So, do you know what I mean? Like that's because that Dr. Alex from Love Island, he watches all our videos and everything.
Which was quite a surreal thing because quite a lot of girls I know, well, I would say 99% of that guy's following is the female.
He told me it's 91%.
91%.
Yeah,
Amazing.
which
doing
is
all right,
91% male from the other way around for me.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
What was interesting is obviously he's had this huge amount of kind of bombardment of followers after Love Island. Yeah, he's doing Instagram videos going, oh my God, it's Archie. Like being in complete hysterics that he's just got to meet you.
Yeah.
So that must be quite cool for you to be like, oh, this is interesting. Like, did you know who he was even before? Did you watch Love Island? Or?
Yeah, I did. I think everyone watches that show.
I actually didn't.
I don't. No.
Okay, well, just me then.
It is honestly just you.
I think I'm too old.
Well, 4 to 5 million viewers a night watch it, which is
Wow.
ridiculous. And they said that he said to me that they basically contacted him to go on. And then I noticed that it was his. So basically, what happened was his best friend running his account, direct messaged Tom saying, "Alex watches you and Archie. Can you do something when you're back?" And then we all made it that we'd all like sort of, because all he spoke about in there was cars. So then he was just he had 300 followers before and came out at 1.3 million or something.
That's insane.
Amazing, isn't it?
But it's people ask me like, why do you never do something like that? I just think it's a very risky path.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't do a reality TV show?
I just think it's so risky. I just think you're in the power of a producer or someone it's not in your control.
Whereas I guess you're very much used to creating your own content and everything being in your control.
I mean, I just think it for something like that, you get a massive up, but then you also have a massive down, because I think when I was looking,
yesterday's
I was
news
looking
quickly, I guess.
There's the moment the new series starts.
Yeah.
You're left.
yeah.
So I think it's one of those things and they lose followers quick. That's what I noticed as well. With a car audience, you're only kind of growing. Someone like so imagine like, let's say a lot of females follow these guys on Love Island, and oh my God, it's Thingy from Love Island. They're dropping around 1,000 followers a day when they're out.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 1,000 followers a day.
And all of a sudden, all of these women that are following these guys are probably all starting to get married, and their husband's going to go, you can unfollow that guy right now.
Straight
Can you
away.
believe that? That's like 300,000 followers a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So when
crazy,
and then the interactions, and then it all, I don't think, I mean, it's more you than me.
Yeah, it is a bit. Yeah,
I don't know quite
but
what you mean by
I see this very much firsthand because I live in Brentwood. So we've got
Towie Central.
It is Towie Central. I mean, most of them live in and around Brentwood. You see loads of them out and about when you're out shopping in town and stuff. But there's loads of shops. There's about 6 or 7 different shops have cropped up as it was at its peak a few years ago. Like a lot of the fans, the stars of it or whatever, the stars all opened their own little boutique shops and things. And we're now 5 years down the line. There's only, I think, one of them is still open.
Yeah.
They've all just exploded. They hit the thing, little short lease, and then dropped out of nothing.
It's a short-lived world. Yeah, I think it's one of those things. YouTube is very good because YouTube, at the end of the day, is bigger than TV at the moment. Whatever way you look at it, so it's only going to get bigger, and it's around all year round.
Yeah.
It's all year round. You
can watch it when you like.
When you
know
like.
It's always there. Yeah.
And
you don't have to tune in at exact time to watch exact.
And I think a lot of people are like, well, I get the question I get a lot with, how long are you going to do it for? Well, you don't know. Like,
it's just like any job, though, right?
Yeah,
it's just like any job. You don't know how long.
I just think it's going to get bigger, because I think if, let's say, YouTube doesn't keep on going, there's going to be something else which you upload.
People have to consume content somehow.
They do.
Whether it's just audio, like a podcast, whether it's video, they can sit down and watch it, whether it's on a commute, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I wanted to touch on money.
Yes, money.
Slightly, because I mean, I'm sure you get asked all the time, like, oh my God, how much do your videos make? Like, you're buying all these really expensive cars. Obviously, going into the YouTube game is something that right at the beginning you had no idea might be able to make you a bit of cash. You just thought, this is good fun. It kind of goes along with what I do. But now it's getting to the point for you where you might even be able to make a comeback into the racing world.
Yeah. So, not funding that myself, definitely not. YouTube is, so you have AdSense. So AdSense is obviously, if people don't know, is basically your accumulative views over the month. So I'm roughly like 2.5 million. I've sort of average out at most of the months. And then you get money for that.
So that's just your views. Just your views on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then that accounts to whatever it is per month. And then what YouTube pay you per
pay
month?
you a month, yeah. Whatever you get sort of per, but obviously it all depends because it might be closer to Christmas where there might be more advertising money. It might be a non-skippable ad. It's very, very sort of a loose kind of, you don't know how much you're getting, basically.
You're not in charge of it.
No,
it's
you're not
really up to YouTube as to
it's
how
all
much
about,
you're going to make.
And it's all about how many people sort of view your video. If they're there longer, they might hit the first ad break, second ad break. It's very sort of confusing in that. But then obviously you get to work with brands, so then that's obviously.
So is that where the real money is?
Yeah,
with working with brands and stuff, because you've got this amazing following.
Yeah.
The YouTube money is more kind of beer money on the side.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. The money of working with brands is much better because you can. But that's the part I really like as well. So you get to work with brands and people and different kind of things, and everyone's kind of trying to promote the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, I do that. I don't really do. I know a lot of people on Instagram might take sort of a couple of £100 here and there. I'm very sort of brand. I like to be brand safe, and I have been. I've worked with like some amazing people like yourselves, and I like to. I'm quite proud of the people I've worked with. So I kind of keep my, well, Patrick's in charge of that, but yeah, I try and keep it very like.
I feel like there's another. I think we should do a podcast with Patrick on how he has to manage you.
Well, it's not just me. It's there's others as well.
Exactly how he has to manage the likes of you.
Yeah, the likes of me.
I mean, that's a job in itself.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Patrick and Dan, and they are so they look after all that sort of stuff. So that's amazing from my point of view.
But you can make a living of it, obviously.
Yeah, I make a living from YouTube, and I have been for like the past year and a bit. Obviously, the cars, we're not buying them outright. They are financed. But like I say to a lot of people that ask me, let's say in the street or someone, you've got to rent an office. That Lamborghini Huracan is my office because I have to do modifications to it. I have to do different things to it. A video going out tonight, I put new wheels on it. The wheels aren't allowed to stay on the car because it would invalidate the warranty. They've got to come off. It's a story. If I didn't have the car, I don't have a video. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's different things where everything's got a story. And if you don't have that, you don't have... Very difficult to go out and create a story if you don't have the cars. If you're just like, oh, hi, here I am. I'm now in Monaco. It's hard to keep people there because they like the fact of, what are you going to do next? Colour exhaust? Wrap it? Pink?
That's why people go to these channels, though. They go to guys like you. They go to Paul Wallace. All those guys. And I mean, we'll touch on this later as well. But the YouTube comments and forums. We'll leave it at forums. We won't be.
I have a look.
We won't be specific.
You're in on them as well.
I am. Yeah, I'm in that.
Tim loves a good.
I'm in and out after they banned me a few times.
Now. I wasn't like before, but I think I'm more like now.
Yeah, you are. You're quite well liked
now, but I wasn't.
Now, oh yes, you were.
No. I went
slated quite a lot for a while.
But I think now, they're liking it more.
They are, but those sort of places, they can be really vicious, can't they? And do they in a way? Do you listen to them? Do you listen to the YouTube comments and things in the way that if people are saying, I don't like watching you wrap your car, or is it something you just think, well, no, that's something I've got to do. That's something I want to do in this as a path.
In the last 6 months, I've changed a lot in terms of I used to be like, well,
this is what I'm doing.
I was say like, what am I going to wrap my car? The majority are saying that, so I'll go, okay, I'll go with that. But you've also got to look further into it. If you kind of know what people are going to like and what they're not going to like. And I always try now to make really nice sort of content, not just...
But when you get a new car, it does seem that every YouTuber does wrap and exhaust. Is that just something that
I just
is good because that's the thing you do? Or?
I like to personalise my cars to myself. I don't go looking to wrap my car because I think it's going to get views. Right. I like the fact that I've always personalised. My reputation is crazy colours, crazy loud cars, doing different stuff, but I kind of do like to personalise it to myself a little bit.
So definitely a pink R8 was something that didn't want to get views. That was you wanting a pink R8.
And that was not me in on that. That was Paul. I know there's obviously I've been in on a few things, but I've not been in on that. And that was a surprise. So I had no idea. I said to Dub Customs,
I liked it.
I messed up on the purple chrome because people don't like purple chrome. They didn't. I have a soft spot for that colour. I still think it's the best. So you wrap the car where you want to wrap it. I turned up. Paul was in it from the start, and I genuinely had no idea. And Paul would say exactly the same thing, and it was pink. I had to drive that car. So I'm driving through London thinking, Paul, you And then
But you kept it for a while.
2 months. Yeah, I had to because it was such a good job.
Right.
It was so well done that I could door shuts, calipers.
Wow.
I mean, the work had gone into it was weeks. Or I think it was a solid week.
I think it looked really good though.
I
got to spend a bit of time with it. It was at the Autosport show.
Yeah.
I got to look at it quite a lot. I started to really like it after a couple of days.
I know people actually quite liked it. They liked it more than the purple. Issue I got now is I don't actually know what colour to wrap the Lamborghini Hurricane, and that's my current problem.
Okay.
So
First
if you have
world
any
problems.
ideas, let
But
me know.
just to touch on that, about the wrapping.
Yes.
There are two different types of YouTuber. I mean, if you look at say you and Paul, the cars that you're buying second-hand cars.
Yes.
You're not buying brand new cars. You've got someone like Tom who's ordering. I mean, okay, he hasn't with his SV,
Yeah.
but he's ordering an 812 and he's
Yeah.
spending an absurd amount of money on options and whatnot to
Yeah.
personalise it from the factory.
Yeah.
And he's ordering all these new cars. That's his way of doing things.
You wouldn't wrap that.
No, exactly. You
Yeah.
wouldn't wrap it after you spent 20 grand or whatever these
No.
stupid, paint options are on some of these Ferraris. But like, you when you're buying a second-hand car, if you really massively limit yourself, like Paul with his LP 640 Murcielago thingy, he really wanted a grey one, but there's only about 4 of them in the UK, aren't there? So
isn't
he
it?
just
Yeah.
got the best mechanical car he could get and the best spec that he did, because it's easy to wrap a car, isn't it? It's easy to change the colour. And
It
the
is.
same with you, you get in these cars and you can just wrap them whatever colour you want. You can change your mind, you can change it again. And you're changing these all because you want it to sound better. It
Yeah.
sounds better in your videos.
You've got to be careful with
Monaco.
warranty, I think. That's one of the things now
Yeah.
with warranty. Like, you've got to be careful. And I think the video going out tonight, I speak about it, I honestly went... I don't really know about aftermarket stuff. Obviously, a wrap's fine because when you sell the car, sort of Redline, who sort of source the cars for us, we still have to buy them. They don't give it to us. Before people think that, they always like to put it back to like how
Standard.
it kind of was. Yeah, don't mess with lowering it and all that sort of stuff. That wheel situation is a company from Ireland were like, we'll give you these wheels. They're really cool. 21 on the rear, 20 on the front. I'm the most least knowledgeable person about mechanical stuff, but I admit that. My videos are just, let's all come along for the experience. So I put these wheels on, and it looked wrong. Something about it was wrong. And everyone in my audience were like, lower the car, mate. I'm like, you didn't say that on the last video. It's fine. But the problem is the wheels are too big. So basically,
Looks
you
like a
can't...
tractor.
It looked it looked like a Urus, man.
Yeah, there was like a 3-inch gap, wasn't there?
But the gap, no one complained about the gap before on the stock wheels.
No.
Because you've got to size up. And the problem I had is that Vehicle Virgins was telling me this when he was here. He was like, you cannot drive that car because the rolling diameter is wrong because you don't have the stickered Lamborghini tyres, which are 20-inch all round.
So your speed will be out as well.
Which will blow your differential. And then you don't have
Yeah.
a warranty, and then it's 20 grand a go. And it's not covered.
That's a big bill.
It is, yeah.
So that's why I say in my video tonight, I'm talking about it. I'm like, guys, those wheels, I've got to put them back to stock. And I've just put a 1016 body kit on that car.
Right.
And I can't show the car yet because I had to break the news that when I reveal it, it's not on those wheels anymore. Otherwise, people-
man. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's understandable. So I suppose not really a mistake per se, but something that has happened on your channel that you've had to come, get round and stuff.
Yeah, I
But
just had to say.
talking of mistakes,
Here we go.
Spray paint.
well, I mean, we can talk about the spray paint for sure, but
Yeah.
there must have been sometimes in your kind of YouTube career that you've done a few things that you've gone, I wish I hadn't have done that. Or
I know two.
That was okay. So let's name them both. What's the first one without the spray paint? We'll do spray paint
Quality
second.
Street, Christmas Day.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
What was wrong with that? Patrick's shaking his head in the background. What was wrong with the Quality Street thing?
I just thought it's funny. It's Christmas. Like, put some Quality Street.
What was the
stickers
issue
on
with it?
I thought that was great.
The issue lies with me, and that lies with people thought I was revealing a new wrap, kind of like on the day.
Whereas
Not
you just put a sticker on a sticker.
didn't get that well.
Okay, so that was
And
bad.
I could tell
and you got a
very
bit
quickly.
hate.
So that ruined my Christmas day because I was looking in the comment section.
Did you clickbait it beforehand? Or was it clickbaited?
Oh, it was terrible clickbait. It wasn't even like, I'm the first to admit, I said
Archie
to
Hamilton, the
Patrick,
clickbait king.
yeah, literally.
That's what they say,
Not
isn't it?
anymore. Anyway, so I said to Dan and Patrick, I was like, I'm not making another Christmas Day video ever again. Because I think I phoned Dan on Christmas Day. I was like, damn, this video's gone down badly.
You had to phone him on
I
Christmas
was like, do I remove it or do I leave it? And he's like, Archie, it's Christmas Day. I was
Archie,
like,
go away, it's Christmas Day.
anyway, so
my
basically
God.
what happened, I think there was a few negative comments to start with, and I think I was just trying to have a laugh, and I think it didn't come. I don't think it was documented in the right way. I think you could do it, but it just was done wrong. So that was that one.
Yeah.
So I had to do a video explaining about that one, and everyone was like, "This is ridiculous." I think the early comments were negative, and then some people jumped on the bandwagon. Spray paint. That is a good one.
Just for people that
That
are
is a good
listening
one.
to this or watching it, basically what happened is Archie did a video saying someone's vandalised my Lamborghini where there was spray paint all over the car. Shaving foam, yeah. But what had actually happened was that Archie and Tom filmed a video
doing it together.
to which somebody, a member of the public, managed to get a picture of. And then that went online, a video of you actually holding the camera whilst Tom spray painted your car. So what was your thought behind doing this video in the first place? Did you think this will be funny, or this will be a bit of a laugh? This will generate loads of views. Like what was your initial thought behind it?
There was always a 3 or 4 part series to this on both channels.
Right. Okay.
So not 3-part on mine.
There was form here. There were other videos that these people commenting obviously hadn't seen.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Basically, it was more the fact of we were just having a laugh in terms of Tom was going to spray. I was going to spray cars being spray painted. Tom's video goes out. It was me. A video day later was we're in on it together. We're idiots. Da 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 da. But I'm actually going to get him next time. He's actually.
So you always were going to come clean.
Yeah, always.
Right.
But the problem we had is that my video, which was due live at 5 that day, there was one at 9 a.m. going Archie Hamilton and TGE doing it together. And then before mine went out, that was there. So I was like, oh, no, that's gone wrong. But then it was it was all blown out of proportion, but it was just two people having a laugh. And I think YouTube is that platform where you should be able to upload what you want. And it's just for pure entertainment. That's why the video, oh, look, we're such idiots. People are like, oh, we knew you were on it together, you idiot. We knew you. Do you know what I mean? But the problem is people took offence to it when we're just two guys trying to...
And why did they take offence? Was it because you were trying to pull the wool over their eyes? Did they think that you were trying to say that, vandalising your mates' cars are okay? I
just think it just didn't... I think some people got it the wrong way.
Yeah.
We had an idea in our head which we thought was funny, and we'd thought about it loads of times it's funny. But the guy who was walking by, we were actually just talking to him while we were, it was all going on, having a laugh. And he filmed it and we were like, oh, it's fine. He's just whatever. And then he uploaded it. Yeah. I was like, mate, are you joking? Anyway, so it's not a drama. And at the end of the day, I know people say all exposure is good exposure. And no one was
because there were a few...
it was spoken about. For the weekend, my social media went mental.
Yeah,
so you could look at it that way. But I think the best thing from it is that on YouTube, you're in an industry where you push the boundaries so far that you push it over the limit, and then you've gone over the limit.
Well, as you said, you were running low on content as well, so you thought that might be a bit of a laugh. And
you
obviously
get 3 videos out of it, and you do that, and you do that, and you're like, did that work, did that not? Could have gone viral, could have not, didn't work out, and then you just go to the next one.
Yeah.
And I think that's the luxury of YouTube, is that people forget about it in a week.
Now, you're obviously upset, and I'm not going to say any names, but no, not me. I'm not going to say any names, but there were a few kind of high-profile YouTubers, people that run businesses and stuff, that saw that video and went, oh my God, and they jumped on the bandwagon as well. Have you spoken to those people since that video?
No, I'm very I just do my own thing, really.
Yeah, don't worry about them.
No, everyone's got a say on everything. And I think the car world is a very small community. I don't have any enemies, so to say. I wouldn't hold any grudges if someone had an opinion on one thing or someone had a... At the end of the day, it's a very small world, and
there's no beef.
There's no beef.
There's no beef. Not in your world, anyway.
No. I'm the first to sort of have a laugh. Do you know what I mean? I just have a laugh.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things that some people just say something or something online. You know what it is? Social media. It's so easy these days.
Keyboard warriors, isn't
to
it?
say something.
Yeah.
Not
Very much
necessarily that people are just. I think the internet is such a toxic community that one person can say one thing, and then do you know what I mean? Like it's very. You know how it is.
Do you ever take comments to heart? Do you ever read comments sometimes and go, "Oh, that hurts"?
No, I actually don't anymore. I see it like this: is I've read every comment under the sun. Trust me.
Yeah.
But I think I look at it now as if the video has positivity around it and the like to dislikes are good and the comments, the majority are good. That's all you can do. Mm-hmm. You're never going to block out every single hater.
Has someone ever come up to you in person and said...
No, someone at Goodwood Festival Speed...
Oh, you mentioned this? Yeah.
Came up to me and he said, why do you have such a rubbish wrap on your car? And I thought...
What did he expect you were going to say to him?
I thought, I actually quite like it. And he was like, well, I think it's the worst wrap I've ever seen. I think Tony's Performante looks good and that looks terrible. I was like, is that what you wanted to say? And that was it.
Wow.
Anyway,
because I went on. This was only one of your videos I went on the other day, and I just thought I'd go through the comments, and I clipped a couple out.
Wait, what video was this?
I can't even remember. Oh, no. I think it might have been one of the drag races, actually. To be fair, why do you always clap in your videos?
Do I?
But
yeah, Patrick's nodding.
Yeah, apparently you always clap in your videos.
I don't know.
Clapping and hand waving. That's just you being energetic, right?
You're an excitable young man.
Yeah. I would have necked a monster.
Well, that being said, he's a very excitable man. You've always got something in your hair. That was another thing.
That's hair wax. I don't have a clue what I'm going on with that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Too early.
And the other one that comes up a lot: are you and Tom secretly lovers?
Oh, how did they guess? It's finally come out.
I mean, you've obviously got a great.
Exposed.
Oh, there's the video. You've obviously got a good bromance going, and
we're good mates. See, the thing is, like, I moved to London, and I was kind of like trying to work out what videos are you going to do in London. Like, I've just moved around here, like, and then Tom was local, and we ended up just doing videos together, and it's worked really well because it's very easy to film. It's a laugh. We like to have a laugh on the videos. And we're actually mates off camera. You've seen,
few nights out,
So that's quite nice to have people around that can, I think any community in terms of what you do, or you want to turn up to, let's say, the radio and you see your mate, or it's all like that. So it's good. And like me and Paul Wallace are like best mates as well. So we just talk all day, every day.
And it's all because of the YouTube world that this happened.
It's all because of YouTube. And 9 times out of 10, we're not talking about cars. And that's the funniest thing.
Birds. Definitely birds.
Nah, well, he's actually going to be married soon.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got a flat, hasn't he?
Yeah,
it's the next step.
He's bought somewhere now.
Yeah, that's
He's
very adult.
let me down.
I know.
He should be financing cars, not buying flats.
What are you doing? Get another car. Get an SVR, mate.
Yeah. Well, the first one was James, wasn't it? Mr. JWW. He's the first one that's got married.
I know. I don't think that's going to be me soon, mate. I don't.
No, I wouldn't have thought so either.
I think it's going to be Christian.
Really? No. Moving on. Just quickly before we wrap everything up.
Yes.
Racing is obviously something that you're hugely passionate about. It's something that basically started this whole YouTube career off for you, is teaching people how to drive faster.
Yeah.
You've mentioned a lot in your recent videos that you want to get back into racing. How's that coming along?
Pretty good. I mean, we're just trying to work it out. We're working out which series is the best series for me.
Okay.
Looking at British touring cars as an option. Looking at Le Mans. Looking at GT Open, which I did before, like around Europe. Something maybe touring cars is more of an option because it's very good for sponsors to come along to and entertain. But yeah, there is a very strong chance that I will be racing.
That's
I just
cool.
need to, now the winter is sort of the season's ended, we're kind of full steam ahead on that. And
because you were in the gym this morning, weren't you?
Literally, like now my fitness is like, because I've had like 2 years off, people don't realise that, let's say Le Mans or anything else, the fitness level's so high.
Yeah.
So I remember 2014 Le Mans, I was ridiculously fit. Like I was doing like 2 days a week, two times a day. I was training like flat chat. And you do have to be fit to go racing. I've got a go-kart which I've shown on my channel, and so I'm going to be.
Yeah, I want to go in that.
Yeah, I'll take you out on that. So I'm going to be doing content with that as part of the training, and I'm going to what I really want to do with the channel is to do the racing side and document the racing and like be mic'd up on a race. Like, here we go, guys.
It'd be amazing to get that behind the
scenes.
Yeah.
Glimmer of it, and then just do something a little bit different. So that is the key, but obviously it all comes down to the drives, the sponsors, and everything else.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
But
because it ain't cheap to go racing, I'm guessing.
No.
A touring car seat, what, 300 grand?
Wow.
Just for one season? Jeez.
Yeah.
Pricey.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but for me, I tell you, if you were in touring cars, I'll be well chuffed.
Yeah,
because for me, I used to go to Alton Park twice a year. I was watching Rickard Rydell in his 850.
Yeah,
I always loved
Brands.
Brands Hatch for me was my
Brands
favourite.
Hatch, touring
love
cars.
that.
And the racing's so good.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing where I don't want to. I could easily go into a championship and be a hero because it's not as competitive. Let's say the Porsche Carrera Cup. You know, this year if I did it, I would have been running top 3 all year probably if I had a good testing program. Something about touring cars is like I'm thrown in. It's such brutal racing that like you let one guy through, or like let's say
They're all
for the
coming
lead,
through.
they're all coming through.
Yeah.
And part of me likes the fact of just going into turn 1 and pitching someone on their roof. I don't know, it can be quite fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to this. Jeez.
It's good content.
Disqualified before he's even
I
started.
just go to the, oh my god, he's
he's on his
taking out
break.
the ambulance.
Exactly. Because I did see a couple of comments. I can't remember whether it was YouTube or Pistonheads, or one of the forums. There's someone saying that Archie needs to lower his expectations with his racing ideas. And it's like, actually, no, you don't need to.
Why would you?
You want to go in there to win.
Yeah, I need to.
You don't go in there to be a midfielder like some of these paying Formula One stars do.
Yeah.
They just go to just to compete, don't they? Some of these guys who've got massive money and backing behind them from the parents, which is some of the F1. I'm not just being harsh. Some of the F1 drivers, they're still incredibly good. Even if they're midfield in F1, this is the thing. They're still in amongst the best drivers in the world, aren't they?
They're bringing money, yeah.
But yeah, there's no need for you to meet your aspirations.
No, because I've done
win.
it for. I've done the top level. I've done like
Yeah.
World Endurance Championship, Le Mans 24 hours. It doesn't get any
Le
higher.
Mans must be incredible.
Wicked event. Like doing it twice was very cool. And I've done it, and I know my pace against other pros and stuff like that. So I wouldn't go in anything being like, well, I'm not going to win. That's why like the karting, the fitness, and everything else. I go in to win. So that's the thing. If the seat, let's say a touring car team came along and they're like, we're going to put you in this seat, and the last 2 years they've been at the back of the grid, I won't do it because it doesn't make any sense. I don't just want to be in a race car. I want to be in a front team. I want to be at the front.
Yeah.
So I need to work out a championship where I can do that, and because it makes the content better. And I honestly, if there's no chance of me winning or being at the front, touring cars, you can't jump in touring cars and expect to win because people have been doing it for years and years and years. But at least I'd like to be
In the front
end,
runners. Yeah.
front end. So we'll see, but it would be very cool.
fingers
And then
crossed.
you can come along to the races and then
Yeah.
see how I get
That's
on.
the video.
See me
It
get
is.
lapped and all
Yeah.
sorts.
See you get lapped.
No, hopefully not. Fingers crossed. It would be a nice story to do.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, there is a video coming soon. Can we mention it, Patrick? No, we can't mention it, can we? You know the one I'm talking about?
No, you can't. Oh. As soon as we know anything, we'll
There's a teaser.
100%. Okay.
Can we say anything to do? There's something to do with Formula One. And someone who may be involved in Formula One. We did a video.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
it's all coming soon.
Okay.
Is that allowed? Well, I've said it.
That's
now, haven't
allowed.
I?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean, and
Anyway,
yes, that's going to be very exciting.
That'll be cool.
So there's exciting stuff coming up.
Good.
But we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, we need to keep making drag race videos. And think of the next
BOTB
one.
obviously, always letting you and I go out in crazy cars to race up and down an airstrip.
They are my favourite videos. So when people go, what are your favourite videos? Them.
The BOTB drag races.
They're the best.
Yeah,
Because
I
they're
don't-
just
I don't
so
mind.
not
cool.
the best. Some would say.
Do you know what?
Sweet.
Best of the
Thank
best. And you know what? It's actually like, what the best thing about them is 99% of the time we don't actually know who's going to win.
No. Everyone thinks, and
we've
loads of
done
people
some
go,
mad
you know
races.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Which was the one, BMW M4 C63.
That was awesome.
We had no idea.
Yeah.
And
That
there
was close as well.
Eurus Hurricane, we did think the Hurricane was going to win, and it did.
Yeah.
whatever. I'm trying to think what
Oh,
else.
there's
we've
so
done.
many now.
A45 RS3, all of those ones.
TTRS. That
The
TTRS
was one. You
quick.
did not realise how fast that was it?
Oh my God.
That's one of the
Unbelievable.
few that I've been to when you guys were filming that one. Because
Yeah.
I came up in the TTRS, I do believe.
That was it. Yeah.
And it blew everyone away.
That car is blisteringly fast.
It is
Yeah.
mentally fast, and I think it's one of those things where you don't expect. Because at the time, I actually had an R8, and I jumped in that, and I was like, "This is actually the same thing." But yeah, we've got to get
Crazy.
thinking of the next one. But
Well, I was
we
going to
will
say, more drag races coming. Please do follow, if you don't already, Archie on YouTube. All his content is...
I'm going to share this on my social media, so we
it's
can
awesome.
go and have a good old listen.
Good. Yeah,
Good.
well, I think it's a good insight into, what you've done, how you got to where you are, and, how you got around
You know what?
spray painting cars.
Spray painting cars, love it. What was I going to say? I like listening to these sorts of things and finding out maybe like other people's background. So do one about your own radio background. I'll listen to that.
Done it, mate. Go and
We
listen
have.
to it. Come on, where have you been?
Yeah, well, we're recording this one now. Our first episode is about that, and that's going out on Sunday, so you can listen to
There
it.
you
now.
go.
There you go.
There
Which,
you go.
when you listen to this, is already out, so you can
Yeah.
go and listen.
Yeah.
And you'll have already listened to it, won't you, lovely listeners?
Podcasts
Absolutely.
are the new thing.
Podcast.
They are the new thing.
Well, that's a good job we're doing it then.
Yeah.
Archie, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me, and cheers.
yeah, I'm sure we'll drag you in at some point when you next go and do
On a
something
drag race.
stupid.
Yep.
Well, yeah, on a drag race, or if you release another video where everyone starts to get upset.
No, that's the old me. When you
Right,
come to
okay.
a race next year, and
Okay. That'll be good. I really look forward to
get
it.
lapped.
Guys,
Yes.
if you're listening, please do make sure you subscribe to the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because not only on YouTube do we have the podcast, we also have loads of content that we're bringing out. Tim's got millions of press cars that he keeps bragging about. So
Oh,
we need to-
yes.
anyone.
You've already got loads
You
of
just
press
turned
cars.
up in a Mercedes. What is it?
E63
E63 estate.
wagon. I mean, goodness me. No, I've
So-
got 9 weeks or something with only 4 days without a press car, so I'm buzzing about that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wait, 9 weeks and you got a press car every day?
It's like week and week, like that. It's awesome.
I'm doing something wrong, aren't I?
Yeah, you're spray painting cars, mate. Anyway, that is it, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Bye bye.